Dude, did I just knock out his entire team? Insane, I did! The Wugtrio EX Pokemon card is extremely broken, and if you run this on your deck, nobody on the opponent's team is absolutely safe at all with its power of the pop-out method. We'll be running this deck today on rank. Let's see how far we can get and actually find out how powerful is this EX card. But before we get started, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit those notification bells so you never miss out on an awesome video, especially when it comes to the Pokemon TCG Pocket. Alright you guys, well let's start off with the deck that I have built, which includes the 2 Wiglets, 2 Wugtrios, a couple of Manaphy, because I need to try to build up this deck as soon as possible. And that's the thing, you guys, when you guys are building decks, every card, every trainer card, every support card needs to have its purpose. And here we are, just me showing you everything that I built on this deck. And here I am getting into the first battle. I'm running things on like a little bit 2x speed so you guys can see how the gameplay works out, how well this deck plays out. I am absolutely baffled about how this Wugtrio EX deck can actually work. As you can see, I start off with a Wiglet. I right away get the second Wiglet. I'm already on a roll. Like I said, the point of building a deck is try to get to its peak as soon as possible. The guy goes first. You know, he sets up an attack on my Wiglet. On my second turn, I right away start looking for some cards. I see the Manaphy, but I'm thinking, man, like, what do I do at this point? You know, I just go straight for the Wiglet. I didn't know which Wiglet to go to, but I'm like, you know what? This is going to do 10% damage because he used his own support card so he can take less damage. But at this point, I'm already confident. Like, I got the both Wiglets. All I need is a Wugtrio because it's not a 3-stage evolve. It's just a 2-stage. So at this point, I'm like, okay, make sure everything goes well and just try to build this thing as soon as possible so I can start attacking him and whatever Pokemon he might put on his bench. As you can see, boom, already. What is it, second turn? I already have the Wiglet. Bam, already got the second energy. Next turn, I'm ready to go already. I'm telling you guys, and this thing does 150 damage across all your Pokemon. It's 150 damage that spreads out into 3 equal parts. It could attack a single Pokemon, or it could attack all 3 of your opponent's benched Pokemon, or your active and 2 benched Pokemon. I'm telling you, this thing is absolutely lethal. You know, at this point, I'm pretty sure the guy knows what's coming, so he tries to fight back. You know, he's getting ready with the Vaporeon. I right away use a potion. I use both of my potions to heal this thing, and I'm just getting set up to attack. You know, his Eevee back there is about to get hit. See how well that worked? His Eevee got 100% damage, and it got knocked out right away. It wasn't even there for a cup of coffee, and already the Vaporeon's already down to only 60 HP. You know, it doesn't matter what he does at this point because my Wugtrio is about to do 150% damage, you know, and it's going to be over for him soon. So as you can see, you know, I use trainer cards, I use potions to try to keep this thing alive as much as possible. And bam, that second hit knocked both of his cards out. Right away, let's jump right into the second battle. In the second battle, I start off with the Manaphy and the Wiglet in my hand. I'm already thinking like, man, this is such a good hand to start off with. And I use the trainer, and bam, when I use the trainer support card, I got both Wiglets already, which sets me up pretty nicely because Manaphy has a special ability to give its bench Pokemon already some energy. So at this point, I set up the Wiglet, turn it into Wugtrio. I use the Manaphy power, and I give them both energies. And then I end my turn. At this point, I'm already starting to feel confident, especially when you look at my opponent's Pokemon. He's running like this water electricity hybrid, which honestly I don't recommend. It seems no good. You know, I get the Arceus EX, so I was like, okay, let me just set it up. I use the Manaphy one more time. Boom, I give it to the Arceus and the Wugtrio. You know, at this point, I have no idea what he's trying to do with his Pidlup, but it's over for him. I right away, switch him out. Wugtrio is already set up in 3 turns. In 3 turns, you guys, my Wugtrio was already set up. Look at that. All his bench Pokemon have been hit. Next turn, it's going to be over. I mean, this was so quick. This was so quick. Look at that. Boom. I hit both of his Pokemon. He has one left over because you see how it randomizes between his Pokemon. He's desperate at this point. But basically in 3 turns, I got the upper hand and I basically destroyed him. Over. Here we're moving on to the third game right after that one. This one, let me see. I don't remember this one. Let me see what Pokemon. Oh my God, this one, you guys. This is a special treat. This was my luck. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was lucky to win this one. But he starts off with a fighting type style. And I already know that the 2 Pokemon back there, they do 60% damage on top of the 40% damage as soon as one of his Pokemons are knocked out. So I'm going into this thing thinking, damn, I don't have the best hand. I didn't get the Wiglets. I got the Wugtrio. I got the Arceus EX, he does 70% damage already, because that initial Pokemon that he has, the Sudowoodo, does extra 30% damage on any EX card. So I'm already getting scared, this is already getting intense for me. I get the phone in and I decided to set an energy up. I know he's going to hit me again. It's only going to do 20% damage because it's not an EX card. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, I know my phone in has a special ability to do sleep. So I said, okay, let me just risk it for the biscuit. I hit him. He falls asleep. What happens after this is completely insane, you guys. See, I get the Wiglet. I see the Wugtrio. I know the Wugtrio can hit all his bench Pokemon, but if I destroy his Sudowoodo, he's going to change it out and he's going to start hitting me. He's going to start tagging me pretty hard with those bench Pokemon, especially because they're already filled up with energy. So I don't attack him. I don't attack his Sudowoodo. His Sudowoodo's asleep. So I leave it up to chance, and he keeps hitting tails. His Sudowoodo stays asleep. He can't unsleep his Pokemon. I hit him one time. I start building up my Wugtrio, and I don't tag him. I don't hit him at all. I skip my turn because I know his Sudowoodo's asleep. I use the Team Rocket to take away his energy. Now he needs 2 energies to even change out his Sudowoodo. He tries to wake up his Sudowoodo again. He fails again, which is perfect for me. At this point, I'm 1 energy away from setting up my Wugtrio. Like, this is absolutely madness what's happening here. His Pokemon is dead sleep. It's been like 4 or 5 turns already, and he can't wake up his Sudowoodo. Absolutely insane. Look, he tries to wake it up again. He misses again. That's like the 5th time he misses. At this point, my Wugtrio is already set up. I decide, that it's time. It's time to attack his Pokemon, his bench Pokemon. So I switch him out, and you'll see what I do. I attack. The Wugtrio hits the Sudowoodo and 2 of the bench Pokemon, including his EX Lucario. He still can't wake up his Sudowoodo, which is absolutely madness. It's setting me up perfect because I was absolutely I had a bad hand. I was going to lose this match because of the horrible hand that was dealt in the beginning of the game. He still can't wake up his Sudowoodo. At this point, I'm starting to feel confident. I raised the health back on the Wugtrio and I attack again. At that point, it attacks all 3 of his benched Pokemon. Absolutely madness. I'm already thinking I'm gonna win because look how weak all 3 of his Pokemon are. And he tries to wake up, I guess, just out of anger, wake up his Sudowoodo. He manages not to. He failed every single time. And at this point, you know what? I attack him and I destroy all 3 of his Pokemon in a single go. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, you guys, this is the last battle I want to show you guys. I'm not going to go too deep into it. I just want to show you guys. But I went absolutely ham on this one too. This guy got destroyed. When I saw his initial Pokemon, I'm like, oh, wow, if I attack it, he's about to do some damage. Again, I already have a Wiglet. I already got the Arceus EX. I had a pretty good hand, so I was already pretty confident. So I set up the Manaphy, and I actually set it up this time with the Arceuses just because I didn't know how long it would take me to get the Wugtrio. So I said, okay, let me just start giving some energies to the Arceus EXs. On the second try, I get already the Wugtrio, so I decided to change plans at that moment, and I give the energy to the Wugtrio, and I use the Manaphy to give it already a second energy. So at this point, I could either choose the Arceus or the Wugtrio, but because I wouldn't want to push out some Wugtrio content for you guys, I decided to give it to the Wugtrio, change it out, and attack. At this point, his two Pokemon he has, his two Dragon types, are absolutely getting demolished because of the 150 damage that it does. But yeah, I'm about to end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like content like this, if you guys want to see more content like this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.